along to our coverage of the Singapore Premier League as domestic football returns and the battle for supremacy continues with this fascinating contest between Geylang International and Albirex Niigata, Singapore. We are at Jurong East Stadium for this Friday night fixture. It's match week 2 of the 2025-26 Singapore Premier League season. And we have 3 matches coming away this weekend, beginning with tonight's clash, which is set for kickoff in just a few minutes from now. The action continues tomorrow with Tanjung Pagar United featuring for the first time this season. They host BG Tampines Rovers. Then on Sunday, Balestier Khalsa will take on the Lion City Sailors to wrap things up for this match week over at our Tampines Hub. Here's a look at the standings ahead of this contest. Albirex Niigata are currently in second. They take on Geylang International in fifth. Both sides with a point on the board after match day 1, and both teams will be 2 behind the early leaders. Lion City Sailors, a win for one of these sides tonight will see them going top of the table. An opportunity for one of these sides to pick up the first win of the campaign. Let's hear from the head coaches of both teams, beginning with Mohammad Noor Ali of Geylang International up first, with KG Shigatomi to follow.
Hi Noor Ali, it's been a couple of weeks since you were in action. So how good was this extended pre-season?
I mean, it was good. I think I think it's about 3 weeks. We have a lot of work to do, especially in the international break. You know, we only had Nazrul and Rudy with the national team, but I think it was a good 3 weeks for us. Yeah.
You know, for tonight, you know, a rare Noor Ali clean sheet again up for grabs. But you also said, you know, you didn't have too much of a pre-season other than this past 3 weeks. So, are you treating tonight's game as such, you know, another one of those pre-season games, or all out tonight?
I mean, the hardest part is because it's getting that momentum and consistency, especially after, you know, you had 2 pre-season games and then you go into the season with Tampines and then you have another 3 weeks break. Again, it's like you're starting all over again. So I think the discipline part is very important in terms of keeping the team compact, you know, and be more disciplined defensively. Of course, you know, you need to score goals and to win games. You know, I think something that we have put on in the last 3 weeks, and hopefully it can happen tonight. Yeah.
You know, speaking of that last Tampines game, you know, we saw, you know, Nicola and Vinny get subbed off. Are they well enough to feature tonight?
Nicola will be in the team. Vincent is on the bench. I think he has done a lot of rehab work the last 2 weeks and just be back in training the whole week last week. So let's see how it goes tonight. Yeah.
And so confident to get all 3 points?
You have to be confident to get the 3 points. You know, it's not going to be easy playing an Albirex team. I think they have some quality players in the team, but definitely we are going out for the 3 points. Yeah.
Hi Shige, a chance tonight to get a win that you so wanted the last match day. What have you picked up from that game that helped you in your preparations for this one?
Yeah, so in the last match, we conceded from set pieces. So we learned from that experience and have been working hard to improve. So we'd like to make use of that experience tonight.
And you're familiar with quite a few of Geylang's key foreigners, you know, having worked with them in their respective stints at Albirex. What do you have to be the most wary of tonight, and is there a plan to counter what they've got?
Yeah, so yes, I know them well, and they are all players to be wary of, and they have a good quality in attacking. So we prepare well with that in mind.
You know, you've got your own attacking threats as well, you know, with Shingo and with Takumi. And how confident are you that you can bring home all 3 points tonight?
We wanna make the most of our strengths and approach the game. And I believe in our ability to compete and play for a positive result today.
Really nice hearing from the coaches of both those sides. That was just KG Shigatomi, and before him Mohammad Noor Ali of Geylang International, both looking very focused on the task at hand, and they both have had quite a bit of time on the training ground during the international break to work on a few things with their respective sides. With me in the commentary position is someone who has been there and done it as well, a former professional footballer and coach, Shasi Kumar, very familiar voice on our broadcast of the Singapore Premier League. Shasi, what are you looking forward to from this game?
Yeah, both sides really wanting to kickstart their season in a way, you know, striving to get their first win of the campaign. You know, I think both sides in that first game, especially Albirex, I think they will be disappointed not to come away with a victory over Balestier, because I thought they started the game very well. But in the second half, I think Balestier did play much better, and they kind of like got tired in the end, Albirex side in the second half. So remains to be seen how they have been working. As for Geylang, again, a 0-0 draw. Then against a very, very good side actually in BG, who won the Community Shield. And yeah, like I said, I'm expecting lots of goals from past fixtures from these two sides. You know, they've kind of scored loads of goals, and looking forward to this one.
Speaking of BG Tampines, big news coming out from that camp yesterday. Letting go of the head coach, Akbar Nawas. Going to be interesting to see how they get on for the rest of the campaign. Hearing that Nur Rahman will be taking charge of the club for the rest of the season. That's for down the road. In the here and now, we have Geylang International up against Albirex Niigata. Match week 2 fixture in the 2025-26 Singapore Premier League season. Some lovely outfits from both these sides. Geylang with that brand new green jersey, looking pretty flash. Albirex with their trademark all orange. Always one of the other things you look forward to. Of course, the teams, the players available, but also the sort of jerseys they'll be decked out in at the start of a brand new campaign. Referee for this one is Ahmad Kasha, and he will be assisted by Manoj Kalwani and Lim Si Seng. Fourth official is Muhammad Taki. It is Ahmad Akasha's first SPL match of the campaign. VAR for this fixture is Jansen Fu, and the assistant VAR is Lim Kok Heng. Shingo Nakano captaining Albirex Niigata this evening. More on that in just a little bit. Let's have a look at the lineups first, beginning with Geylang International. They have made 2 changes to the side that started their last SPL game against BG Tampines. Tajali Salamat comes in for his first start of the season in place of Nazrul Nazari at right back. Sharan Sulaiman will feature in the 40th game of his career against Albirex as he gets a start in place of Vincent Bezakor, who isn't at 100% fitness for this fixture. There are 5 former Albirex players starting this game for Geylang, while Rudy Khairullah makes his 95th SPL career appearance. Bezakor not fit enough to start, but he has been named on the bench alongside Nazrul Nazari and Garrett Lowe, who is another former Albirex Niigata player. Match number 180 for Ahmad Akasha, the man in the middle for this fixture. In the league, 180 matches for him in the league. It is also 180 matches for Noor Ali as head coach of Geylang International over 2 spells. This is his 7th season as the head coach since returning to the club for the start of the 2019 campaign. And this is also Noor Ali's 25th game against Albirex as a head coach. He has collected just 5 wins against them so far. This is what Albirex have gone with for their starting 11. They have made just 1 change from their lineup against Balestier Khalsa on the opening match day of the season. Shingo Nakano, the top scorer from last season's campaign with 26 goals in all competitions, gets his first start of this new season. He replaces Idong Yol, who has to make do with a place on the bench tonight. 17-year-old Sim Jun Yen gets another opportunity to impress, having done so in his first outing against Balestier. Takumi Yokohata and Katsuyuki Shibashi will be looking to score in back-to-back games. Options on the bench there. It's a good mix of experience and youth. You've got 16-year-old Jaden Heng on the bench, and you also have the 33-year-old Delwinder Singh and another 33-year-old Amy Reka. Keiji Shigetomi, the black t-shirt, was back towards the camera. There you go. Turns around now, overseeing his 94th match as head coach of Albirex Niigata Singapore. This is his 2nd spell as head coach of the club, but he has been with Albirex in Singapore since 2014 in various roles with the club. An SPL title winner in 2020, and this is the 13th time he's coming up against Geylang. 8 wins from the 12 previous fixtures against them. All 8 wins were against Noor Ali. Hassan Sani, 41 years of age, the oldest player out there. And interestingly for Albirex, they have also got the youngest player out there, and a 17-year-old Sim Jun Yen.
Yeah, interesting. You mentioned about the oldest and the youngest. Jun Yen, the youngest, had a very, very good first outing against Balestier played very well at left wing back. They kind of like play in a 3-4-3 formation in attack, and then in defense, Junyan drops to form that extra man in defense. Very good outing indeed.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome along to our coverage of the 2025-26 Singapore Premier League season. This is a match week 2 fixture between Geylang International and Albirex Niigata Singapore. We have kickoff here at the Jurong East. And it's Albirex Niigata going from right to left on your screens in the orange outfits, up against Geylang International in their green, going from left to right, quickly closing down early on. I'm Rish Roshan Rai, and I have a former player and coach, Shasi Kumar, alongside me in the commentary position. Hoping to enjoy this one. There's Taniguchi. Shake makes the run on the outside. Good first time ball in. Albirex with some defending to do early on. Shadan gets it for to Taniguchi again. Given away, but it'll be picked up by Geylang. Here is Shola Yokoyama.
Yeah, it's interesting. We talked about Hassan, and the oldest player for Geylang is Shadan, and not bad for someone who thought he'd already retired from professional football. New lease of life at Geylang, and starting this game in place of Vincent Basakor.
Chipped forward by Tajeli. It does provide Norali some versatility. It's a nice flick on by Nakano. Yokohata. There's the option on the outside from Jared Gallagher, who captained the side on match day 1. But it is Nakano who's taken over the armband for this fixture.
Also interesting because during the huddle, it was all Hassan Sani just before the game. So, guess it's not only about the armband.
Yeah, the armband can just be symbolic at times.
Yeah.
And it always helps when you got a group of leaders in the side. That's a lovely ball in! Chance for the opening goal! Nakano put that away, but the flag has gone up.
Yeah, it did look like he was in an offside position, but what a brilliant ball with the outside of the foot there from here. Haziq does well. He did well in that first game as well, and this was the ball in. Ooh, his left hand.
Yeah, it looked like it was Ishibashi who actually put that one in with the outside of his boot. Delightful ball into the area. What a goal. And now let's see if it's going to be overturned. The on-field decision is offside. So they will take a close look at this. And it looked to be really close as well. When we saw the angle of the replay there, Shasi, incredibly tight.
It was nicely worked as well from left, and then ball going out wide to Haziq, and then his ball back to Bashi. Yeah, look at this ball.
Wow.
Is that considered offside with just the left hand sticking out? Well,
can't score with your arm, so
we've seen that
the
given.
Sleeve?
Yeah, we've seen that given, but it's really, really close. But what a ball this is as well. And Nakano is never gonna miss from there.
Wow, so they're going to stick with the on-field decision not to allow that one. Incredibly close. And I mean, again, it's one of those, if you're a fan of the game, as most of us are, you don't want to see goals like that chopped off.
Yeah, you know, I think that was, in our opinion, at least it's a legitimate goal. You can't really look at the way the ball or the goal was constructed. It was brilliantly done as well.
And it isn't something that's just unique to the SPL. This is something we see across the world of football. Very fine margins, goals being disallowed because of the toenail being offside or something like that. Or lovely ball over the top, one for Geylang to deal with. We've had a good start. There's Shake. Tried to help it forward, but Gallagher was there to sweep up in midfield. Ozawa onto Haziq. Nice cool evening here at Jurong East as well, which will hopefully help the tempo of the contest.
Finally a bad ball, puts the ball out, and at the moment, Nakano has been really, really good. Just running down the lines, sticking to the last player for Geylang, Njatovic.
So Albirex a little bit unfortunate perhaps to have seen that goal chalked off for an offside. Really nicely worked, and that pass in from Ishibashi was excellent. There's Kim Tae-uk, goes back to Hassan Sani. Yokohata. Ignjatovic.
Ogawa working very hard to get back into position. The number 22 hits it back to the goalkeeper. And Geylang there in that passage of play, trying to press high up the pitch, but then Albirex beat the press with a long ball forward.
Well, it's really important that Ignjatovic is fit enough to start for Geylang. Nakano and want to chase. Was that nudge in the back? Referee says it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, and you can clearly say or see what the referee thinks about that challenge from Joshua Pereira. You're right about the two centre-backs being really focused here, because at the moment, even the long balls are finding Nakano at the back, or at the top, rather. And that was the ball. It's just a straightforward ball. Yeah, I think that's the right decision from the referee in the end.
Geylang International still looking for their first goal this season. Coming into this matchup after a 0-0 draw against the Eastern Rivals PG Tampines on match day 1. It wasn't a classic by any means, both sides cancelling each other out for a point from that game. Albirex, on the other hand, were involved in a more entertaining contest against Balestier right here at Jurong East. Came from a goal down to take a 2-1 lead. Going into the latter stages of the game, they were so close to the win as well. Balestier able to score the equalizer to frustrate the home side on that occasion. They're the away side in this one, but they are playing at their home ground. And it's Geylang, who normally play their home matches at our Tampines Hub, as the designated home side in this contest. Here's Taniguchi, picks it up close to midfield. Close to halfway, rather. That's Kim Tae-yuk. Heads it out. Geylang can come again. Chance for the shot, straight down the middle. Comfortable save in the end for Hassan Sani. Kaisei Ogawa with the effort against his former club.
Yeah, much better from Geylang this time around. Taniguchi just playing it square. And very interesting as well, Ogawa with a very tightly strapped left knee.
Pereira, closed down well by Nakano. Sees it go on for a throw-in. Well, it will be interesting to see what lessons these sides will have learned from those opening matches. What they've worked on over the last few weeks, turning to league action. Intriguing from a coach's perspective as well. You've had a long pre-season and then you play one match, you have another long break because of the international fixtures.
Pros and cons, isn't it? And as for Geylang, they had like 2 players injured, so that could be in a way good for them to recover. Yeah, Tavic and obviously Vincent Bezakor.
Yeah, 2 players who limped off against PG Tampines. Ignjatovic fit enough to start. Bezakor not quite at 100%. Shola Yokoyama almost giving it away to Nakano. It's good pressure from Albirex. Played into the channel for Tajeli. He's made that run forward. Spin off the turf into the arms of Hassan.
Well, with all that, we haven't even mentioned Fukashiro, the number 7 for Geylang in this game. He hasn't touched the ball yet, I think.
Well, it's looking good in terms of the tempo and intensity. And we tend to get goals when these two sides come up against each other. We have not had a 0-0 draw in the league between these clubs since the 10th of March 2016. Very tidy in possession. Taniguchi, as we expect. Here's Fukashiro. Attempt at a first-time cross from Hoshino was well wide.
Yeah, just overcooked that one. First time we've mentioned Fukashiro on the ball. This time around, he picked the ball up down the right-hand side. A little bit of trickery, and then that cutback for Hoshino. Should have done better.
We had 19 goals from the 4 league matches between these sides this season. It's an interesting dynamic as well, this campaign, when the changes made to the structure of the league in terms of the number of foreign signings allowed, and can have up to 7 of them in the starting 11. The league also going to see just 3 rounds of fixtures this season with the 8 teams involved. So there won't be as many matches to turn things around as maybe they were in previous campaigns. So it really is vital for these sides who want a challenge for the title to put themselves very early on in a position where they can take advantage and make a push for the championship.
Yeah, exactly. They can't go through rough patches in the league. You know, 2, 3, 4 matches without a win. They've got to really hit the ground running. 21 matches, as you said.
Nicely played. On to Shakir. No control on that shot.
Yeah, and then he didn't look comfortable at all when he received the ball. I don't think he was convinced that he was going to keep these on target. There you go.
Shakir Hamza, the 32-year-old, scored 5 goals for Geylang in the SPL last season. Up to appearance number 148 for him in the SPL. Ogawa, 24-year-old, Japanese central midfielder. Out wide on the right for the moment. Little nudge in the back of a Haziq from Taniguchi. Haziq Cameroonian, one of those players who's really developed very nicely in the league since breaking through with the Young Lions. Had a good season last time out with Albirex, and he's continued his improvements. Here's Shadan. And space, top of the box. It's going to fall for Hoshino. Flag went up already as Taniguchi came onto it.
Yeah, I think Hoshino definitely was in an offside position, but when Shadan received the ball right through the middle, it's just unlucky because the ball was stuck in between his feet there. Just take a look at this. And then finally, when the shot came, just dragged it a little bit. But yeah, so clear that Hoshino was in an offside position. But that was a very intelligent ball that was played in by Tajeli from right back. He's got that eye for the pass as well. Good cross on him as well.
Ozawa. Shake stepping forward well, continues his run forward. Taniguchi ignores him, goes inside to Shadan. There was contact. Referee allows the play to continue. Ogawa out to Yokoyama, gets it back. There's Kaisei Ogawa again. He's a player who's very composed in possession, Ogawa. Seeing quite a bit of movement from Ogawa already, going out into those wider areas. It's going to break in midfield for Yokohata, who's a talent. And on the basis of his performance in the opening game of the season, it looks like he's going to be a handful this campaign. Cho Yun-soo into Kim Tae-uk. That's Gallagher. Good pass out to Yokohata. Invited inside by Tajeli's. Cross has been headed away, picked up again by Sim Junyen. That's Yoshioka. He's also very tidy in possession in central midfield. And number 6 for Albirex as Haziq won a corner. Nope, he hasn't. Goal kick is the call.
Yeah,
Much to Haziq's disbelief.
Yeah, and lucky came off Shake and then Haziq. It's a good ball actually, and there you go. Shake does well to just hit it against Haziq. Good call.
Cho Yun-soo wins the header. Gets it back to Kim Tae-uk. Nice Cho. Good first touch into the space ahead of him. And a nice pass down the line for Sim. Ignjatovic flicks it away. Yoshioka. Yokohata. It's Cho. Gallagher. Structure in possession from Albirex. Sim floats the ball in. Ignjatovic there, winning the header again, but this is going to drop to Nakano. Swing and a miss. Good challenge from Pereira. Well timed. Hazic picks it up. Sends his effort just wide.
Unlucky Hazic. Had only one thing on his mind when he picked this ball up. Just dragged it wide, but the idea was a good one. It was a good challenge just in the penalty area from Joshua Pereira. But the idea was to go across goal, across Rudy. Just couldn't go to the back of the net there.
The 76th meeting in all competitions between these clubs. This one is the 62nd league fixture between Geylang and Albirex. Tajeli. Nobody in a green shirt meeting that cross from out wide. Albirex Niigata with the stronger record when it comes to the head-to-heads. 32 wins to Geylang's 12. From their first 61 league meetings. So we have a look at the crowd in attendance here at the Jurong East. A number of these Geylang fans having to make their way coast to coast, essentially, from east to west to support their side. Cho Yun-soo. Well, thankfully, Singapore isn't all that big of a country. Koshino pulling it up, surrounded at one point by 4 players in an orange shirt, and he's just given away a free kick. Foul on Cho Yun-soo. There's Ishibashi. Hazic. Ishibashi still on the outside of Hazic, looking for the give and go. And a good challenge this time around from Ogawa. Shino has to make that stick. His side under pressure.
Yeah, just sloppy at the moment for both sides. A little scrappy in the middle of the park.
As Gallagher will have enjoyed his couple of weeks with the Singapore international side. Ignjatovic reached that well. Tajeli into Shora Yokoyama. Fukashiro, Tajeli. He's having to almost hold on here, Geylang, because the intensity of the press from Albirex has been very good.
Yeah, you're right. That instance, I thought Geylang did very well to beat the press and play the ball forward, but then again, still Albirex managed to hit the ball back, but it's a throw-in. Tajeli will throw this one forward. Nope. Intelligent play from Shadan there.
Here's Shakir. Taniguchi. And they're crowded out, looking for the return pass from Fukashiro. The possession should go to Albirex.
Yeah, referee just couldn't get out of the way fast enough. Taniguchi probably go to Akasha now and ask for the foul. There.
Well, hugely experienced at this stage of his career is Ahmad Akasha. Can afford a smile. His 180th fixture in the league as a referee. His first ever league game as a referee was all the way back in July 2010, and it involved Albirex as well. It was a game against Balestier which finished 1-1. Choi Yun-soo. Nice game. Ozawa. Ball down the line. Njatovic, who puts himself in some really good positions defensively. Nikolai Njatovic. Well, he looks to be a smart signing for Geylang.
Yeah, you're right. You know, he's a solid, no-nonsense defender at the back, and that instance as well, needed to get his touch right with the bounce of the ball.
Yokohata. This game.
Hazik there just hugging the touchline on that right-hand side.
Kim Tae-uk, the 27-year-old. Got a 21-year-old and a 22-year-old alongside him in that back three for Albirex. Choi Yun-soo, 21. Ozawa, 22. Yes, Gallagher tries to slide that one in for the 17-year-old. Sim Junyen. There's Yoshioka. Yokohata. Sim. Gallagher. It's been all Albirex. Waste of a pass from Yoshioka.
Well, there's a couple of times there they had an opportunity to play the ball out wide to Hazik Kamarudin on that right-hand side. Just hugging that line. The ball never came for him.
Yoshioka, who was a mid-season signing for Albirex last campaign, has been retained by the club. Can play in central defense if required, but his best position is in the central midfield. I mentioned earlier, Geylang with 12 wins in 61 league fixtures against Albirex. 2 of those 12 wins for the Eagles coming last season, and they were huge wins as well. A 6-0 victory in the first meeting, followed by a 5-1 win in the second. And there was an improvement in the second half of the season from Albirex. Saw them drawing the third fixture 1-1 before wrapping up the campaign with a 4-1 victory. Here's Nakano. Sim, first time ball. Well, that was last season though. That's all in the past. New squads these coaches have at their disposal. So a new chapter in the rivalry between them.
Yeah, I think Albirex taking charge of the game now, and this ball in. Offside given against the right back, Ozawa.
3 offsides in this match is Fukashiro. Yokoyama quickly on. Sorry, Ogawa onto Yokoyama. Picks it up, strides forward with it. Here's Taniguchi. Space to work with. That's a great effort. Off the frame of the goal.
Yeah, that was brilliant play from Taniguchi, as you would expect from him. Good, strong run from Yokoyama. Wonderful shot there. Knew exactly what he was doing, trying to go for the far post curler. That's unbeaten.
Well, that 6-0 win, the first match of last season's campaign, was the first time that Geylang had beaten Albirex in the league since July of 2019. So it is in a club they've got a very strong record against. Sim. Cho Yun-soo. Yokohata. Shot on in the way. Given away to Ishibashi. Yoshioka. Gallagher. A lot of time on the ball for Albirex midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. Geylang just sitting at the edge of their penalty area. Sitting deep, trying to absorb all the pressure at the moment.
Big switch from Kim Tae-ok. Lovely weight on that pass. Finds Hazic. Has to go back. Try again. Ozawa this time. It's the float one into the area. Sim on the blind side. No control on that header.
Yeah, just trying to control it across goal. Just got in front of Tajeli. Long ball that was played from Ozawa. At the moment, the game just needs a little bit of spark from someone, somewhere.
Tactical board is out. Feature of the game these days. So Ruben Amorim received a bit of criticism after his side lost a cup fixture. That's Fukashiro. Great take. Is there a foul? Sim turns away and says no. Looked to be a clean challenge. Has conceded a corner.
Oh, it was a wonderful first touch. Great ball in the first place, but look at that touch. Just in front of him. Yeah, it's good work from Jun Yen there. Just got back in time. The ball just played off him.
Corner for Geylang. Should be taken by Sharan Sulaiman. 37-year-old, a central midfielder. Close to 100 caps for Singapore. An interesting one for Sharan. He actually sent out a plea on social media for a club to sign him after he left Hougang. Well, he played for 2 seasons. Was Geylang International. Answered that request. And a great delivery from Sharan. Comes back out to Tajeli. Wild effort. That's going to go into the parking lot.
Yeah, I think the intention was to go near post with Taniguchi flick. Didn't materialize there. Good header away from the skipper, Nakano.
Nicely done by Hazic through the legs of Shake. He's got pace to burn as well. Shake will be grateful that Pereira was there to help him out. And for the early ball into Hoshino. Hassan, cool as you like. It's Cho Yun-soo.
Actually, Yun-soo does well there. Defensively superb, knew exactly what he was doing. Just used his body to ease Hoshino off.
21-year-old Cho Yun-soo from Korea Republic was a Jeonnam Dragons youth player from under 12 to under 18 level before moving to FC Ryukyu in Japan, where he picked up some experience playing in J3. That's Pereira on the outside of the boot, gets it away from his penalty area. Ishibashi taking a knock on the side of the head from Shake.
Yeah, Joshua Pereira just had to get there with a touch, and Nakano was just behind him.
Taniguchi sweeps a diagonal out to Fukashiro, who was the intended target. Found the throw-in out of this. Ignatovic scooped into Hoshino.
Yeah, I think that's where Hoshino needs to do better. That was a comfortable height as well when the ball was played from Ignatovic. Just needed to keep it under control.
Pereira. It's gone the way of Geylang.
Yeah, I think when Haziq Kamarudin won the ball initially, just that touch there was a little bit too far, and then both went in for the challenge, and that was a really hard one from Haziq Kamarudin, and it was wild as well, I have to say.
Joshua Pereira, 27-year-old, also Singapore international. Well, he's had his issues with injuries, Noreen, in his time as head coach of the club. We'll be pleased to see that Joshua Pereira is okay, fit enough to continue. He's such an important player for this side. He's got that versatility, playing central defense in midfield or at right back. Ignatovic sends that clear.
You speak about injuries, and that is the kind of pass will cause an injury to your fellow teammate. It's a terrible pass. Ignatovic there, got there just in time.
Hospital pass.
Yes.
Interesting throw-in from Haziq, which has been let go by the officials. Shioka. Shibashi, but look who's there again, Ignatovic. Can play that on repeat, essentially. Ignatovic gets himself into these areas where he's able to bail his team out of trouble. Really good reading of the game. Shingo Nakano, who came on off the bench in the opening fixture against the Balestier, was Lee Dong-yol, who started that match for Albirex. Nakano has been a great signing for the six-time SPL champions. Foul on Ignatovic.
Yeah, just climbing all over him. Was Yunsu.
Seems like it's gonna be the only way you get something out of Ignatovic there by fouling him.
Yeah, Kim Tae-yuk rather with the foul.
Ignatovic, who was playing in the second tier of Serbian football with Smederevo 1924 before moving to Geylang. Also had a couple of years playing in the Greek second division before that.
Just good high pressing from Albirex. Geylang just can't get out of their defensive third.
Gallagher. Ishibashi, Ignatovic steps in. Battling away is Ignatovic. It's a foul on Nakano.
By Yokoyama. Promising position here. Good battling there from both sides actually, and then in the end had to bring Nakano down.
Foul was committed by Shota Yokoyama, another former Albirex player. Joined the club in 2023, won the title and left to Joined Hougang last season. So it's Ishibashi or Yokohata to take this one for Albirex. Ishibashi goes for goal. Very ambitious from that far out.
Yeah, poor effort in the end. Just got under the ball. Didn't trouble the goalkeeper at all.
Ishibashi, who's on loan from FC Osaka. Gallagher, Yokohata. Gallagher again. Came through with the young Lions. Jared Gallagher. It's Yokohata. He's at his best, Gallagher, when he keeps things simple. And his passes. He's linking the play in those midfield positions, moving it on quickly.
Yeah, I think you're right, and he hasn't put a foot wrong today, at least, and keeping it simple in the middle of the park. It's offside.
Kano takes a knock for his troubles as well. He was offside. Just missed. This time his movement a little bit. Well, he was standing on the wrong side of Pereira. Tajeli, Ignjatovic. Can they just being forced into these longer passes forward? And they haven't been able to win those first balls, Shasi, or the second ones.
Yeah, exactly. And this time around, Hoshino just leaning onto the last player. Didn't make an attempt to try to win the ball.
It's Fukashiro, Hoshino. It's a little bit wild that from Hoshino. He has won a corner here. Well, I think he was actually looking to try and win a throw-in.
Yeah, and he just played it off against Kim Tae-yuk there. And worked for him.
I think they wanted a free kick for a foul, what they perceived to be a foul on Shuhei Hoshino.
Not a bad position actually here from a corner. So they will take this. Needs a better delivery from Sharan this time.
It's played in, it's a good ball, much better delivery. Cleared off the line. Ignjatovic, he climbed well. Thought he'd scored.
Commanding header there from the number 15. Brilliant header from this out-swinging corner. There you go. And it comes off Ishibashi, I think.
A little bit deeper. The ball in this time from Sharan. Tajeli touches it out to Shora Yokoyama. Shake trying to win another corner. Offside is the call. Shakir. He's had a bit of a lie down on top of the ball. The referee has given the decision to Albirex, who took it quickly, turned it over. Yes, Fukashiro. Gallagher with the foul.
Just got a little unlucky there. Just the ball was just left behind him and just knocked Fukashiro down. like a dead leg there on his side of the thigh, his left thigh.
Well, it's a very exciting player to watch, Riku Fukashiro. He's quick, he's direct, difficult to stop. Very good dribbler. We didn't see too much of it in the opening game against PG Tampines, and we haven't actually seen him get into advanced attacking areas. Hassan Sani hasn't had too much work to do as well in goal for Albirex. Defending very high up the pitch, and Geylang, I found it very difficult to get out from that pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got their tactics in a way spot on Albirex in terms of pressing up the pitch and winning it as well.
And yet, just 2 attempts for Albirex in spite of all the possession that they've had.
Yeah, exactly. Just frustrating for Albirex.
Hazek. Down for a throw in by Tajeli. 5 attempts for Geylang, according to the stats, but none of them have really been high-quality chances. I think that's really threatened Albirex. Kim Tae-yuk. Cho. Good closing down from Fukashiro. Yokohata. Gallagher. There's Ozawa. Hazek. Patience in possession. Albirex. Hazek. Cross is met by Tajeli.
Yes, that's beautifully done from Hazek. Good wing play, just taking it past Shake. Has the ability to do that with his speed as well. Good crossing as well.
Yoshioka. Gallagher. Tajali gets there again.
Yeah, good positioning from Tajali, the right back. Just getting in front of his man.
Kim. Zawa. A difficult one for Hazek to deal with, but he's done well to just keep that in play. It looks like they've actually won the corner.
Yeah, no complaints from Shake as well.
Well, Shake doesn't have a good record against Albirex. They are the side that he has lost the most to in his career. 15 defeats from 28 matches against them. Fukashiro, chance to break forward on the counter. Well defended, nicely controlled by Albirex. Yoshioka, Hazek. It's inside to Nakano. Yokohata, Hazek again. This cross has taken a deflection. Here is Sim. Cho Yun-soo. Gallagher. Cho. How advanced Cho Yun-soo is. One of the 3 central defenders. Minimum of 3 minutes to be added on. It's a good ball over the top for Taniguchi. Cho Yun-soo with the recovery pace to get there ahead of Furuya Taniguchi. Excellent defending.
Oh, that was brilliant from Yun-soo. For a moment, you thought Taniguchi would go past him. He knew exactly what he was doing with that first touch. Probably not good enough, but very, very strong defensive play from the left centre-back.
Doesn't quite enjoy spicy food, from what I've heard about him, Cho Yun-soo. Bit of a shame, coming all the way out to Singapore and not really enjoying spicy food. Oshino. And he's been isolated up front at times, Shuhei Oshino. Found it difficult to progress as a team, as a unit. Geylang. Shibashi. But out of play by Ignjatovic. That's Kim Tae-uk. Nicely headed into the path of Yokohata by Sim Jun-yen. Ishibashi looking for Yokohata. He's in behind. That's a great ball in. And the goal will count this time. Shingo Nakano taps it in. The poacher's finish after some exquisite build-up play by Albirex. And it's a goal they deserve for all their dominance in this first half.
Well, it was a wonderful move, actually, and look at this touch from Sim Jun-yen as well, just into the path of Yokohata. And then this ball from Shibashi as well, he's onside. And then the presence of mind to put this on a plate for Nakano. He's clearly onside, and could Rudy Kairula come off his line here from this pass? Probably not. And then the defense caught napping. Brilliant goal. Shingo Nakano, first of the season.
First of the season for him, third of the campaign for Albirex. And it's Yokohata who plays a big part in that as well, with the assist. Ishibashi also involved in the build-up to that goal. I think Noor Ali was hoping that his side will be able to hold on to a clean sheet going into the break. There certainly are things for him to sort out. There's a look at Shingo Nakano, who's scored the opening goal of this contest. It's been a first half dominated by Albirex in terms of the possession and the control that they've shown. And they've gotten their reward with that goal right at the end of this first half. At half-time here at Jurong East, Geylang International 0, Albirex Niigata 1.
Which one of you young ladies? Okay. You know what to do, yeah? You gotta put it into the center, okay? Kick it as high as you can. Okay, are you ready? But I'll help you a little bit more, Right here. Okay, we'll give it to you. And go, let's go. Wow! Where's that going?
Welcome back to Jurong East Stadium. Geylang International 0, Albirex Niigata 1. Shingo Nakano, the very late goal at the end of that first half, giving Albirex the lead going into the break. Let's have a look at the highlights. And it's a first half that was dominated by the designated away side. Nakano at the ball past the goalkeeper early on. But that was ruled out for offside. It was a very close call, this, in just the 4th minute of the game.
Exactly, and disallowed in the end, but it was well worked. Good play from Hazik Kamarudin, and an even better ball from Ishibashi. And Nakano's left hand was offside.
And then in the 16th minute, Hazik Kamarudin with the effort, picking this one up ahead of Shake, and then firing a shot just wide.
Yeah, he was much stronger than Shake there, just turned his man and then got it right with his intention and idea to go across goal. There he was much stronger than Shake, went across goal, just couldn't keep it on target. Good effort from Hazik.
And in the 25th minute, Geylang with the first opportunity of this match. Ryo Taniguchi with their best effort in that first half. Found some space, top of the box. Fired his effort against the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, strong run from Yokoyama, the number 20, and then Taniguchi just tried to curl it into the far corner. Sparing dive of Hassan there.
And the 39th minute, Ignjatovic with a chance to get the first goal for Geylang. His effort cleared off the line by Ishibashi.
Yeah, arguably their best chance of the night so far. Cleared just on the left-hand side of the post. Ishibashi was there.
It might have been going wide, actually, on the evidence of that replay, but Ishibashi had to be sure. Here's Yokohata in the build-up to that opening goal. Ishibashi into Yokohata, who'll pick up the assist. But it was Shingo Nakano with his first of the season.
Yeah, just hesitation from Rudy Harula as the ball comes over the top. And if he had just followed through, probably could have gotten there first. But this was the ball from Ishibashi. Came out and then hesitated. And then by that time, it was too late because Nakano had made that run into the 6-yard area. And for the second time, he puts the ball into the net. But this time, it counts.
Yeah, wonderful awareness all around by Albirex in the build-up to that. It was a lovely team goal. Albirex Niigata, and 3 attempts for Albirex compared to the 5 for Geylang. 60-40 in terms of the possession, Shasi. Fair scoreline for you, though?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think in terms of possession, they took control of the game from the first minute. And then in terms of attempts, yeah, not that in front of goal especially. Clear-cut chances for both sides, in fact. But in the end, I thought they deserved that lead in that first half.
This is the first of 3 fixtures in match week 2 of the 2025-26 Singapore Premier League season. Another 2 games coming up for you. Jurong East Stadium here tomorrow. We'll see Tanjung Pagar United in action for the first time this season, taking on BG Tampines. And then on Sunday at our Tampines Hub, Balestier Khalsa up against the defending champions, the Lion City Sailors. Let's go for another break, and when we come back, we will have the second half between Geylang International and Albirex Niigata Singapore. Welcome back to Jurong East Stadium, just ahead of this second half between Geylang International and Albirex Niigata Singapore. It is Albirex Niigata who are leading by a goal to nil, thanks to Shingo Nakano, scoring his first of the season, first of many, you'd imagine, for this club. Albirex top scorer last season with 26 goals in all competitions. Off the mark for this campaign. Assist coming in from Takumi Yokohata. It was a first half that was dominated possession-wise by Albirex, 60% to 40 for Geylang, and they pressed them very well and created some chances and got the reward right at the end of that first half to go into the break with the lead. It's going to be interesting to see what Geylang can come up with in this second half. Shashi, what are you expecting, and what kind of improvements will Nur Ali be looking for from his side?
Geylang especially, I think a little bit disappointing in that first half. They didn't really put the pressure on Albirex. Had so much time, especially in midfield, to play the ball around, keep possession of the ball, and I expect Geylang to come out firing in the second half. Because if you look at the bench as well, in terms of attacking options, probably Vincent Bezakor is the only one who could come in and make a difference. And apart from that, he's got to then, Nur Ali that is, got to rely on the youngsters, so you don't want to be doing that. So probably try to increase the intensity by pressing a little bit higher up the pitch against this Albirex side.
That's Haze Kamarudin, who's looked lively at right wing back. And in fact, there's been a very good, solid team performance by Albirex Niigata in that first half. A big response needed from Geylang, who didn't look too dangerous going forward, but they had a couple of opportunities. Ryoya Taniguchi with his effort from outside the area coming off the top of the crossbar. And then you also had Ignjatovic with his header, which initially looked like it was cleared off the line, but on the evidence of a replay that we saw from behind the goal, looked like it was headed wide, going wide. So a couple of moments for encouragement for them perhaps, but just not quite enough to really cause much concern.
Exactly, and I have to say as well, I think the Albirex defense, the back three of Ozawa, Kim Tae-yuk and Yoon Soo has been really solid. Real defenders, but of course ball playing as well. And Uri Hairula there in that first half, I thought probably could have come off his line from that pass from Ishibashi for the goal, but it was a well-worked goal for Albirex. Let's see what Geylang can do in the second half. They probably need a little bit more intensity, take a little bit more risk going forwards.
That was Rudi Kairola making his 95th SPL appearance of his career. He actually made his professional league debut for Gombak United against Geylang back in October of 2012. As we get this second half underway, Geylang International in the green, going from right to left on your screen. Albirex Niigata in the orange, left to right. There's Ogawa. Shadan getting caught in possession by Nakano. Unable to come away with it. They're surrounded by orange shirts. Albirex looking to start the second half, same way it went in the first.
Yeah, I think Geylang will take that foul because he's in a very dangerous position, Nakano there. And Joshua Perret knew exactly what he was doing there. A good position though for Albirex. They've really missed, or rather wasted one opportunity from a free kick in that first half.
So Yokohata and Ishibashi standing over this set piece. Floated in this time. Ogawa meets that delivery. Not a great clearance, so Gallagher can hit it back into the box. Danger here for Geylang! Well, they only have themselves to blame. Shingo Nakano gets another one. Albirex extending the advantage early on in the second half.
Yeah, you're right about it. They just didn't clear their lines. I think it was Ignjatovic with the initial clearance. He only went into the middle. Just couldn't handle this free kick situation. First header, and then this clearance wasn't the best from Ignjatovic. And then as the ball came in, he played everybody offside, or onside rather. And then, of all people, the ball fell to that man there, Nakano, who is really a poacher. He does so well, very calm. Geylang against it so early on in the second half.
Fukashiro up against Ozawa. Looking for an improvement from the performance in that first half. Not a great way to start this second. As said, we would get goals in this fixture. Albirex have delivered their end with those two. Fukashiro side to Taniguchi. Yokohata. Ignjatovic, that is surely going to be a foul.
Yeah, he just stood his ground. No way he was going to win that ball because Nakano was just got his body in the way. Very smart play from the striker. A little glance there, and the nudge from Ignjatovic. They've got to defend better here from this free kick.
Kano on a hat-trick. Formerly with the Setagaya United, one of his former clubs. He did join Albirex. Ishibashi. Set up into the air, Njatovic. The header away. Yoshioka. Having a look around, has it waiting for options. There's no need for Albirex to be in any sort of rush. No back pass, says the referee.
Just look at the three front players of Albirex there, just waiting to press.
Been able to offer anything, have they? Geylang as yet in possession. Here's Nakano. Yokohata, looking for Nakano again.
What a ball that was from Ishibashi into Nakano there. Just breaking the line with a beautiful penetrating pass.
Shingo Nakano, who also scored twice in the 4-1 win against Geylang at the end of last season's campaign. Just Shadan. Some space to work with this time. Shota Yokoyama. And stride for stride by Cho Yun-soo. Okay, they can't structure anything in attack. Yokohata.
Looked promising for a bit there, Geylang, the ball over the top from Shadan, but then Yokoyama with a poor pass in for Tajeli, got intercepted. They got to do better here in terms of quality as well, Geylang, when they have the ball.
Yoshioka. Yokohata. And look at the options available for Albirex in possession. There's Yokohata away from one. Can't get past. Second challenge, which was put in by Tajeli.
Yeah, good defending that time from Tajeli. Just shakes Yokohata off. Good solid defending.
31-year-old Tajeli in his second spell with Geylang. Was at the club initially on loan in the 2022 season. Taniguchi drives and then releases to Shota Yokoyama.
Yeah, it was a combination of a shot and a cross there. You can see his disappointment. Cut inside, and from that angle, could have just gone for a shot.
Well, a mistake here from Cho. He's strong and he's quick. He's able to make up for it. Sim Junyen. Plays with a lot of maturity, doesn't he? The 17-year-old on the left-hand side for Albirex. Isaac plays with a lot of energy.
He was taken out by his own player, Jared Gallagher there.
There's Pereira. Good bit of play. Through the legs and then through pass into Taniguchi. Just not clicking in attack for Geylang.
Yeah, exactly. And so, weird ball that was played across from Taniguchi. Could have probably played it earlier for Hoshino, who had a running battle with, I think, Ishibashi through the middle.
14 goals, 18 assists for Geylang last season for Ryoya Taniguchi. Second campaign with the club. It's his 118th appearance in the Singapore Premier League. He has 61 goals and 44 assists in that time. Shibashi. It's all the way up to the other side for Nakano as to pick it up. Outside the area. Gallagher. Yokohata. I was playing with his head up. There's a clear picture of what's around him.
Yeah, Albirex just looking to take control of this game and slow things down whenever possible. Just wanting that third goal to seal the game off.
Katsuyuki, Ishibashi, they'll take their time in these situations, Albirex. Geylang at some point, they're going to have to try and quicken things up if they want to get back into the contest. Very comfortable for Albirex at the moment. Delivery from Ishibashi. That's a good leap. Ozawa at the back post. Get clean contact. Shake helps it forward. Haziq picks it up. Look at Haziq go. Stopped in his tracks by Pereira. Ogawa onto Fukashiro. Tip of the ankles from Gallagher.
Yeah, Kasha has been a lenient today. This one, seen this given for a challenge like that on the counter attack. Geylang just needs some inspiration from someone really quick.
That was Shota Yokoyama trying to make something happen. Very quick at getting bodies in the way. Albirex. It's competitive, but it's also been fair and respectful. Shota Yokoyama scored 5 goals in each of his last 2 seasons in the SPL. Pretty good output. Goals and chance creation, even with the struggling Hougang last season. Haziq with the touch. Yokohata to flick on. Yokoyama hooks it back into the area. No problems for Albirex defensively again. Hassan Sani looks for the quick release. Tajeli is there. He's going to come under some pressure. A couple of poor touches from Tajeli. There's Yokohata. Almost gets it under control, but Tajeli helps himself out.
Nicely done from Tajeli in the end.
A little bit unorthodox, but he got the job done. Here's Fukashiro.
Thought about the shot there, Fukushiro.
Ogawa. Yokoyama. That's Fukashiro. Chipped in. That's strong defending from Cho Yun-soo. He's getting in front of Taniguchi and holding him off.
Yeah, it was a very, very good ball into the area. Taniguchi wasn't strong enough against a very impressive Yun-soo at the back for Albirex. He's been outstanding.
Haziq doing it away under pressure from Shaki Hamza.
Good pressing from Shaki this time round.
Now sloppy. Straight back to the opposition. Yokohata. Nakano. Oh, it's a good ball into the area. Sim meeting it on the far side of the box. Gonna just touch it back to another orange shirt.
Yeah, I think he didn't have a clean touch on that, Sim Junyen.
Yoshioka. Well, just look at Albirex as well and how quickly they get players forward and also how quickly they transition back. And they need to.
Yeah, that's been a hallmark of Albirex teams and sides over the past few seasons. They do that very well, and obviously it's got to do with fitness levels as well.
So we're going to get a change, and it's Sharan Sulaiman who's going to be coming off to be replaced by Vincent Bezecourt.
Yeah, not a surprising change at all. Need, like I said, an inspiration from someone, and this could be it, or he could be it. Exactly know his fitness level in terms of injuries.
32-year-old Vincent Bezecourt, one of the leaders at the club. Fantastic work rate and quality. He's been with Geylang since January 2022. Shake with a nice, strong defensive header. Finds Taniguchi. Can they put something together? Fukashiro. Has to slow it down and wait for that support to arrive. That's Bezecourt, first touch in the center circle. Gallagher frustrated with the referee.
I think he's unlucky there. I thought he won the ball cleanly. Maybe from the back. I think that's why he was given.
Well, they need an injection of energy and creativity from central midfield, and that's what they'll be hoping to get from Bezecourt. 27 goals, 27 assists for Bezecourt, and it's 73 Singapore Premier League appearances prior to this one. He's hit double figures in goals and assists in 2 of his 3 seasons with Geylang. The only season he didn't manage that was when he picked up that serious knee injury in 2023. Bezecourt, though, with just 1 goal against Albirex in 9 appearances. Here he is in possession. It's a lovely ball from Bezecourt. Pings it into the chest of Fukashiro. Gets Shakir on the overlap. The cutback. And already there's a change in the pace of the play.
Exactly. What a ball that was from Bezecourt. And then, I have to say, good run from Shake. Cut back. Good move this time round from Geylang. Still time. If they do get that 1 goal back, it's going to be a real good game.
Goes over everyone. Fukashiro on the far side. Collects it. Effort is blocked by Sim.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted that first touch. Wasn't the best first touch from Fukashiro. That shot was blocked.
Thought about a change, Albirex. Yep, they are going to be making it now, and a big moment for Nicky Melvin Singh. Going to be coming on in place of Haziq Kamarudin. Last time we saw him in the SPL was all the way back in July of 2023. He's had his injury issues. He's had to go off and do his national service as well. It's good to see him back in action. So fresh legs, good pace and power on that right-hand side in place of Haziq. Nicky Melvin Singh coming on. And Shakir. That's clever from Shakir. Finds Bezecourt with the reverse pass. Taniguchi drives at that defense. Bezeko trying to sneak it through the legs of Nicky Melvin Singh. A lot of force behind that challenge from Shakir Hamza.
A couple of strong challenges in there. In the end, this goes for a throw-in. This was the first one from Joshua Pereira. Ball had already gone out of play, I think, and look at that follow-through from Shakir as well.
Nicky Singh, who's played for Albirex, the only club he's played for in his professional career in the league here. Fukashiro into Bezeko. Taniguchi. Pereira. Ogawa. Well, in news that doesn't really surprise anyone, Geylang playing a lot better with Bezeko when he's on the pitch. Albirex also at this stage of the contest with the lead that they have can afford to sit back a bit more.
Yeah,
try and frustrate.
They can afford to slow it down as well and not go on the attack. Need gaps at the back, so doing the right thing here at the moment.
Ozawa.
Offside against Nakano, not for the first time today.
Kairula almost getting caught. Found a way out via Ogawa. Loose from Geylang. Easy for Albirex. With the strength. He's off a couple of challenges from Shakir, not that one though. Strong challenge, a clean one from Shakir Hamza.
Yeah, Nicky Melvin saying that, just making a nuisance of himself down this right-hand side, just forcing Shakir to make that challenge.
Familiar ground for Shakir Hamza. He spent 3 seasons with Tanjung Pagar United. It's Gallagher, nicely done. To Ishibashi. Pereira well positioned to hack that away. Yoshioka picks up the second ball. Singh. Chance to put a better cross. Overhits this one. But Yokohata will keep that alive. Yokohata, he's everywhere, the number 10 for Albirex. Floats across, attacking third, exchanging positions with Ishibashi. Very fluid in that front line. A couple of very good players, Yokohata and Ishibashi.
brilliant from Albirex here. This passage of play, Geylang can't get a sniff of it at all.
It can be, when they're in this sort of form, Albirex, such a frustrating side to play against. Oh, and Jatovic went right through the back of Singh. There should be a booking, and there is, for Nikolaj Jatovic.
Yeah, no complaints whatsoever there. It's a poor challenge. The ball comes across, Nicky Melvin Singh is about to receive it. And Melvin Singh that knew the challenge was coming. Just avoided a bad injury.
Smart play from Nicky Melvin Singh.
Yeah.
Well, they're just having a look at the challenge. But, I mean, it was mistimed, it was poor, it was late. But I don't think it was serious foul play.
Yeah, I think, yeah, play on.
Ishibashi.
Push on Tajali there.
Shakir. Jatovic. Tajeli. There's Ogawa. Now they've really kept this Geylang attack quiet, have Albirex. Such a solid team display again. A big turnaround and their fortunes from last season with the poor start that they had. Shigatomi took over from Yoshinaga and helped turn things around. Still, it was a disappointing season for a club that expects so much of themselves. Picked up some good recruits, strengthened the team in the off-season, and so far it's looking good for Albirex, who will be making another change as Ishibashi comes off, and he will be replaced by Lee Dong-yeol.
Yeah, Lee Dong-yeol played in that first game. Didn't really get a sniff against Balestier in that game. Ishibashi, impressive as well. Good game, Ishibashi.
So Singapore international Nazrul Nazari coming on for Tajali Salamat. This will be like for like. And there goes Lee Dong-yeol on for Katsuyuki Ishibashi. Confirmation of those changes. Nazrul Nazari got plenty of pace, even at 34 years of age. Lots of speed, lots of energy. That's Nakano into Lee Dong-yeol. Singh. Late challenge from Taniguchi. Referee finally decides to blow for a free kick. There's also a Geylang player who's gone down in the box.
So Nazrul has just come on and got injured there.
Yeah, it is Nazrul. There's been some contact off the ball. Joining Geylang in July of this year after 9 seasons at Hougang United. Had a very impressive debut for Geylang, keeping Trent Bahagia on lock. This is his 240th Singapore Premier League appearance for Nazrul Nazari. Formerly with the Young Lions before joining Hougang. Match number 43 for him against Albirex. Let's just come on.
Yeah, probably winded. I think got knocked to his stomach area there.
Yokohata. That's Choi Yun-soo. That's Kim Tae-wook, who's not had any issues at the back at all. Player to his left, Choi Yun-soo, has been so impressive. He only played 45 minutes on his debut for the club against Balestier, the left-footed number 16 for Albirex. Sim, who's starting to struggle with some cramp now.
Yeah, another assured performance at the back from Sim Junyen. Said Firdaus there, getting ready to come on.
Two changes. Danish Qayyum is the other player who's going to be coming on along with Said Firdaus. Hassan. Three changes actually. Just hearing that going to make a triple change. Yoshioka. The other players will be coming off. Bezuko, Taniguchi, back to Bezuko. Now they've really been off their game, Geylang. Has that triple change. Yoshioka off, Said Firdaus, Hassan on. Jared Gallagher is also going to be coming off. And Ren Nishimura is the player who will be replacing him. Sim Junyen, we saw him struggling with cramp. He is also off. And Danish Qayyum comes on to replace him.
Yeah, making use of their substitutions here. Danish Qayyum coming in, probably play in Sim Junyen's position. Of course, Danish Qayyum on the left-hand side and Said Firdaus in the middle.
Keep a lookout for Ren Nishimura. He's got good quality. Wants to go on a driving run or two. Number 8 for Albirex has just come on. Very different player to Jared Gallagher. So they've got Said Firdaus, who will do a lot of the running in there. And then Ren Nishimura will be a little bit more creative going forward. That's exactly what Said Firdaus is in there to do.
Yeah, just late on Fukushiro on the ankle.
Yokohata.
Yeah, Nazrul, after playing a poor ball, just concedes a foul on Yokohata, number 10.
Yellow card for Nazrul. Shot from Idong Yol. He had 3 defenders around him, but still got a shot away.
Yeah, it was a brilliant first touch from Dong Yol. Ball coming over the top, and he just took it beautifully on his chest. That was the first touch. And I think Ignjatovic just enough there in the end.
And nowhere to go for Geylang. Every time a player looks up, you see orange shirts in front of you.
Exactly, and there's a foul by Nicky Melvin Singh on Fukushiro. Just running out of ideas here, and obviously when Bezeko has the ball, the movement as well, not that good enough. But having said that, I think the defensive structure of Albirex has been superb.
There's going to be a card for Nicky Singh. Has been booked. Bezeko. Too close, too easy for Hassan Sani.
And too high as well. Just took a long time.
Yokohata has passed it to himself. Incredible from the Albirex number 10. Yes, Yokohata still going, taken out by Shakir. And there should be a booking here for Shakir Hamza. Just outside the box, but that was brilliant from Yokohata again.
That was
Did it all on his own.
Exactly, he did it all on his own, and after that first touch, he wanted it more than anybody else, and that was why he got to the ball first and then went past 2 players like they weren't there. Brilliant from Yokohata. Jinx past the first one. Nazrul, and then Shakir just sticks out his left foot. Oh, this is quite a wonderful position. And guess who's there? It's Yun Su.
Yokohata playing his first season of professional football, joining Albirex from Kyushu Sangyo University. So set up here. Albirex with a couple of players in there as well. Just beside the Geylang wall. Way too much elevation from Ren Nishimura.
Yeah, substitute. Probably not warmed up enough for the free kick. Yokohata there, who was just behind the wall. Injured, but he's okay now.
Bezeko. Still pressing, still chasing, closing down here, Albirex. Well, there's a check going on for serious foul play, something that happened in the wall apparently earlier with Yokohata. We saw him go down.
Well, he was actually lying behind the wall, so something happened. There was That's why he stayed down.
The thing is, though, it went out for a goal kick, so didn't they restart the play?
Yeah, it could have been checked then.
Well, have a look at this. Shasi, tell me if you saw anything wrong here. Shakir. Oh, my goodness, Shakir. Absolutely ridiculous from Shakir Hamza.
Well, listen, that was done on purpose. It's as simple as that.
What on earth is he thinking?
He just jumped on him. Look at that. It's terrible from Shake.
I mean, that is...
And he just got a yellow card for the challenge, and
look at that from Shakir.
he has got to go. Simple as that, my opinion at least.
Well, that is absolutely the right call, Shasi, if he's sent off for that. Now, the only thing is that, are they even allowed to check this? Because play had restarted.
Well, the fact that they are checking it means that, oh, look at that, he's just jumped on him. It's like...
I mean, there's no question that on the basis of that challenge, that is a red card. He should be sent off.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just trying to figure out whether...
The only thing I can say is maybe the referee just restarted it before the VAR can even say something in his ears. That's the only reason why it's taken so long after the restart. So let's just wait for the explanation.
Right, so, well, what I'm hearing is that apparently it can be used for errors relating to violent conduct or challenges relating to violent conduct. So it is the right use of the technology. Shakir with a straight red has been sent off. He can't complain. It's a ridiculous challenge. So it's a serious enough of an offense that they've been able to bring it back, to review that and to send off Shake. It is the right call.
Yeah, and then listen, and people were watching this at the stadium on site, and even the bench. If they had seen the video, then they know. And I think the bench knows as well, because they've got the display there, the monitor. They got to see it, and they got to agree that it's a straight red card for Shake.
So on we go. That's Fukashiro. Again, up against two, and this should be it for Albirex, essentially.
Actually, I haven't seen something like that anywhere in world football. the wall just doing that. Ko Jae-yoon has come on for Shohei Yoshino, who has had, I have to say, quite a disappointing game.
So Ko Jae-hyun makes his professional debut for Geylang. Taken quickly by Shota Yokoyama into Riku Fukashiro. Nazrul. We are going to have 12 minutes at the minimum added on. A good challenge from Shingo Nakano. Morikairola has to race back to pick that one up.
Yeah, great work from Nakano. It's all getting fiery at the moment. Challengers coming flying in.
You look at that challenge from Shaki Hamza as well, and you're looking at potentially a long suspension.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen that ever. Like someone from the wall just breaking up and then it's basically just stepping on the... jumping and stepping on.
Jumped
Yeah.
on the player. As Nakano on a hat-trick. Saifid Al-Sassan wins the free kick, much to the frustration of Geylang International. They will feel like nothing's gone their way.
That time around, I thought he was unlucky. Yokoyama there. Don't think Saifid Al would have gotten to the ball. You can understand the frustration, but also sometimes you just do wonder, what can the fourth official do?
So there's another check going on. As Cho Yun-soo gets his chance at the free kick, and he sends it well wide.
Yeah, it's a poor effort from one of the best players on the pitch today. Yun-soo, the number 16, has been outstanding defensively. Trying to support the attack as well. He's done well. What Albirex will want is to keep a clean sheet here.
Yeah, that's right. They were so close to a win in the opening game against Balestier. I don't think this result is going to get away from them, but you're right to say they will want to make sure they keep that clean sheet and probably even look for another goal. Look at the way that the attitude has been spot on from Albirex.
Yeah, they're still pressing high up the pitch.
Saifid Al-Sassan. Just to reiterate, 100% the right use of the technology to send off Shaki Hamza. You can bring it back for an offense like that, violent conduct. It can be reviewed after a restart. Officials were spot on. Good process. And he absolutely deserved to be sent off. It's Taniguchi.
More frustration from Geylang. Fouled by Fukushiro. Inside Firdaus.
Well, it's something that they've got to look at themselves. Well, look in the mirror. These Geylang players will realize they've not been good enough this evening. They've been second best to everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think the red card had any bearing on the performance, as well as the result so far, at least, because Albirex has been all over Geylang.
Shura Yokoyama. That's Hassan, who's not had much to do, especially in this second half.
Yeah, I think that's the disappointing part, really, about Geylang's performance. We thought they would come out, especially in the second half, with a little bit more creativity, and it did happen a little bit with Bezakor when he came on. After that, I think they'll be really, really disappointed with the performance first, and then obviously the result.
That's Choi Yun-soo. As Ren Nishimura hasn't really been given an opportunity to get going. A useful player to have in the squad for Albirex. It's Pereira. It's just been that sort of night for Geylang. They could be in more trouble. Here's Nakano. Taken quickly by Yokohata. It's a good ball into Lee Dong-yeol. Plenty of support. Takes it on his own. Lee Dong-yeol straight down the middle. Good save by Rudy.
Nicely worked again from Albirex.
It's Danish with the cross. Picks out number 9. As Fukushiro gets away from one challenge. And lunging into the next. Yokohata wins it. Lee Dong-yeol is a shot. It looked like it took a deflection. The referee's pointed for a goal kick.
Yeah, Dong-yeol just going for it. Trying to cut across the ball. Okay, this was the opportunity for Lee Dong-yeol earlier on. Takes it nicely past Nazrul. I think Joshua Pereira, the lunging challenge, does just enough to put him off. Zawa goes down. A challenge from Taniguchi.
Well, this is the stage of the game where it could get a little bit dangerous for Albirex with some of the challenges flying in from Geylang here, and they want to try and avoid any injuries if they can. Ozawa seems to be okay. A very solid performance from his side. Keiji Shigetomi, I think, will be pleased with what he's seen this evening.
Yeah, I think so. Solid is the word. Defensively, they've been really, really good. No real clear-cut chances, maybe from the corner kick earlier on in the first half. No cutting edge at all from this Geylang side this evening.
He's looking at another win against Noor Ali. It's Shigetomi. The ball in, Shola Yokoyama with a good effort. Great save from Hassan Sani.
Well, just imagine if that get gone in. Good save, Hassan.
It's gone all the way across to Fukashiro. Albirex, as they've done all match, quick to close down. Kohata picked up an injury after that challenge. So the ball has gone out of play. No indication from the assistant referee that it went out, so play continues. Well, they're looking for a stoppage, perhaps. Well, Yokohata is all right. He's come back up. As something off the ball has perhaps happened. Dong Yol has also gone down.
I think it was Joshua Pereira off the ball, just coming together there. Don't exactly know whether it was the referee saying it's a head injury, that's why they have to stop it.
Going to take the time at this. We are going to have more added on. Dong Yol, it's good to see that he's all right. Nothing serious with that injury for Yi. Now what about Noor Ali? What will he be thinking of his side?
Yeah, more than anything, will be really frustrated and disappointed with the side's performance.
Danish sends it across to Ozawa. Singh. Still time to create another chance if they want to go for it. As well with the pace, gets there ahead of Singh. Thought that was going to be the final whistle. Nope, it's for a free kick. Shola Yokoyama, and there it is, the final whistle arrives. Albirex Niigata with a solid performance. Shingo Nakano with a brace tonight, his first 2 goals of this season. Shashi, your thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, I would say comfortable indeed for Albirex. They've been clearly the better side this evening. From start to finish, controlled the game. And obviously, with the result 2-0 from 2 goals from this guy here, Nakano. And totally deserved the victory. As for Geylang, I think they'll be disappointed, firstly with the performance and of course the result.
So Albirex Niigata pick up their first win of the season. They go top of the standings with a very comfortable victory. Shingo Nakano, a goal in each half, either side of the break really, which means it finishes here at Jurong East. Albirex Niigata 2, Geylang International 0. Well, let's have a look at the highlights of this contest. The matchup that was dominated by the team in orange. We'll have a look at this one in the 4th minute. Shingo Nakano with what we thought was an early opening goal, but the flag went up for offside. And the goal was disallowed in the end with the VAR supporting the call from the on-field officials.
Yeah, the ball from Ishibashi. Wonderful ball, wasn't it? Outside of the foot.
And in the 25th minute, Ryota Taniguchi with a good chance for Geylang here from outside the area with his quality. Just coming off the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, just one of 2 good chance for Geylang, and this was the second one from the corner.
Yeah, Njatovic with the header. It looked like it might just have been heading wide, but Ishibashi couldn't take any chances, so he put that one out.
Yeah, it was probably going wide, and Ishibashi wasn't to know. Does the right thing there.
And then in the 2nd minute of added time in the first half, Shingo Nakano scoring his first of the season after some excellent approach play from Albirex. Wonderful work in the build-up. And Yokohata with the setup for Nakano to finish off, to give Albirex a deserved lead.
Just well worked. Brilliantly done. Yokohata, wonderful ball in for Nakano, who's a real poacher.
Into the 2nd half. An early goal for Albirex here. A late goal in the first, an early goal in the 2nd. Again, Geylang unable to clear their lines. A little bit of chaos in the box at the 2nd phase of the set piece. Finished off by Nakano again.
Yeah, really, really poor defending from the free kick. Initially, the clearance here was a poor one, but still they needed to defend from here. Still there were opportunities, and then from here, no one tracking Nakano in the middle. And Nakano wasn't to miss from there again.
Get it into his path. Nice composure on the finish. Kim Tae-yuk with the assist. Nakano with a touch. And the goal. Then in the 87th minute, initially spotted by the referee, Shake Hamza, jumping onto the back of Takumi Yokohata. Initially, play continued, and then the VAR called it back for an on-field review. Well within their rights to do that. It is within the laws of the game because of that serious offense, serious foul play. You see it here on the VAR. Shake jumping onto the back of Yokohata.
Yeah, and it's usually if you are to jump the wall, you jump vertically instead of just going to the side. So he knew exactly what he was doing.
Well, look at some of the numbers then from this matchup. Shasi, what does that tell you?
Yeah, we can talk about the 10 attempts and 8 for Geylang all day long, but in the end, I thought Albirex were very comfortable in the end. Totally dominated the game in terms of possession and control. And in the end, 2 very good goals from Nakano, and 3 points and 4 in total for the season already.
And so here's a look at the standings and what that result means for the table. Albirex Niigata go top, a point ahead of the Lion City Sailors. Geylang International will stay in 5th. A point from their first match and their first defeat of the season. Albirex with their first win of this new campaign. More football coming away in the Singapore Premier League this weekend. This was the first of 3 matches. Tanjung Pagar are set to take on BG Tampines right here at Jurong East again tomorrow. Kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Balestier Khalsa against the Lion City Sailors. That one is on Sunday over at our Tampines Hub. Kickoff at 7:30 p.m. for that fixture as well. Well, thanks for joining us on our coverage of this one tonight from Jurong East. Hope you've enjoyed this game between Albirex and Geylang. It is the team in orange who take the win by 2-0. Goodbye for now. We'll see you for more on the SPL this weekend.